Good morning, dear students. Welcome to my virtual class again. Today we are going to continue our chapter number 14, Statistics. And today we are going to learn about the graphical representation of the cumulative frequency distribution. As what is the importance of the graphical representation? As you know, the picture speaks better than the words. Okay. So if you see the graph of anything else given to you at a glance, so you can get idea or get better understanding regarding the given data by just seeing the graph at a glance, right? In ninth standard, you have studied about the graphical representation and you have done the graphical representation by doing a graph or different type of graphs like histogram and frequency polygons and bar graphs like that, right? In 10th standard, we are going to do a frequency distribution, or we can say a cumulative frequency distribution graphically. So when we say the cumulative frequency graph or curve, it is called a ogive. It is called a ogive. Another name of cumulative frequency curve is a ogive. So in this 10th standard, we will going to learn about the two different types of ogives, less than type and more than type. So what do you mean by less than type and what is meaning of the more than type? Less than of what and more than of what? As you know, if we take any class, for example 15 to 20, this is the class, okay, and the class size, as you know, it is 5. 15 is a lower limit, okay, and 20 is upper limit. 15 is a lower limit and 20 is a upper limit. So less than ogive, it means less than what? Upper limit. Are you getting me? Less than what? जो बड़ा है उससे ही छोटा हो सकता है, जो एग्जैक्ट बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ा है उससे ज़्यादा बड़ा हो नहीं सकता. So it is upper limit 20. Okay, for example, so here less than ogive, if you want to draw, we have to use a upper limit for less than ogive. Now, what about more than ogive? More than what? More than upper limit. Okay, so by seeing the graph, you can get idea. If we draw a graph less than or more than, for less than, we have to take a upper limit on x-axis and on y-axis cumulative frequency. So by this way we can get a graph. This type of graph we will get in case of less than ogive. Again I repeat, on x-axis upper limit. Why upper limit? Because it is a less than type. And less than obviously what? Upper limit. Is it clear? Now more than type. More than means what? Lower limit से ज़्यादा. Lower limit से ज़्यादा. And that's why we are taking lower limit on x-axis and as usual y-axis we are taking a cumulative frequency. And such type of graph you will get in more than type ogive. Okay, you will get better idea when we are doing one or two example of exercise 14.4. So let's start our exercise. Now let's do the first example of exercise 14.4. The following distribution gives the daily income of 50 workers of a factory. And the daily income is given in class 100 to 120, 120 to 140, 140 to 160, 160 to 180 and 180 to 200. And the number of workers are 12 for first class, then gradually increase 14, then again decrease 8, then 6 and 10 for the last class. Convert the distribution above to the less than type. Here they are asked us to do a less than type of distribution, graphical representation for the cumulative frequency distribution and draw its ogive. It means they are asking to draw the curve. Okay, curve of what? Less than type. As I just told you, If it is less than type, so less than what? Upper limit. So for the first class, upper limit is 120. For the second class, it is 140. For the third class, it is 160. And for fourth class, it is 180. And for fifth class, it is 200. And they are asking the cumulative frequency. So gradually, what we used to do? Gradually adding diagonal value. Okay. So first, in first column, we have to put 12 as it is. Then goes on increasing 12 plus 14. So it is 26. 26 plus 8. 34. 34 plus 6. So it is 40. And 40 plus 10 is 50. I am showing you how to write down the steps and how to proceed for the for this method. Okay. And then lastly we will do we will plot a graph of less than type ogive. Okay. So let's start. Here is less than type they want. So we have to write down the upper limit of each class. Upper limit of each class. So here it is 120 for the first class, then 140 for the second class, 160 third class, 180 for the fourth class, and 200 for the fifth class. As it is given the cumulative frequency, we have to, don't forget that we have to plot the graph of cumulative frequency, not just frequency. Okay, so if you take just frequency, you will get wrong graph and you will not get any marks of that. Is it clear? If it is a less than type or more than type, this distribution is mainly for cumulative frequency distribution. Okay, not for just frequency. It is for cumulative frequency distribution. So let's start here. 12 frequency in first column. So it is, we have to put as it is. Then it is 14. So 14 plus 12. 12 plus 14. It is 26. Then 8. So 26 plus 8. It is 34. 34 plus 6. It is 40. And 40 plus 10 is equal to 50. Now, to draw any graph, what we need? Points. Points means x coordinate, comma, y coordinate. Okay. So by this, from this data, we have to first obtain the points. So from this, as I told you, in type, in less than type, what we have to take? On x-axis, upper limit, and on y-axis, we have to take a cumulative frequency. So whatever values are related with the upper limit, they are on x-axis, and whatever value we obtain as a cumulative frequency, that we have to show on y-axis. Okay, so first of all, just pick out the points. So for first, it is 120, 12. So this is our first point. This is x coordinate 120 and y coordinate 12. Is it clear? Are you getting me? Okay. Now these are like this. We can get 1, 2, 3, 4 more points. So total, by plotting 5 points, we will get our ujjayi. Okay. So the second point is 140, 26, 160, 34, 180, 40, and the last point is 200, 50. Isn't it easy? Now these points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 we have to plot on a graph, and then we can say that this is the ogive or less than type representation of cumulative frequency. That's it. Okay, so let's plot the graph. Now let's see the graph of the less than type. As I told you, on y-axis we have to take cumulative frequency, and on x-axis we have to take a upper limit. And these are the points: 120, 12, 140, 26. So if you see the upper limit, there is a gap of 20. So we can start on x-axis with 120. Then there is a gap of 20. So you can do here zigzag. So it is understood that it will start from 120, 140, 160, 180 and 200. And if you see the cumulative frequency value 12, 26, 34, 40, 50. So can we start with 10? Yes. And there is a gap of 10. So 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Like that we can take a value on y-axis. Now plot the point 120 and 12. Okay. 120 and here it is 12, not 10. By mistaken I have written here. So 120 and 12, then 140 and 26, 160 and 34, 180 and 40 and 250. And if you join the graph, you can see that it is like this. Okay, so this graph we can see that it is a less than type graph, and this is we call as Ojai, related to cumulative frequency distribution, which is given in question number 1. I hope you understood this and you can able to do or graph or plot the graph less than time. Is it clear? Okay. So such type of question mostly asked in 4 marks. So do not ignore such type of main or major questions. Let's see the next one. Now let's see the second question. During the medical checkup of 35 students of a class, the weights are recorded as follows. Weight in kg, less than 38, जिसका weight है वैसे student कितने हैं 0, less than 40 3 student, less than 42 5 student. So like this the distribution is given and the classes are not given. They are directly give the less than 38, less than 40, 42. Okay, and the number of students are given 0, 3, 5, 9, 14, 28, 32 and 34. So already the data is directly given to you. The points are, for the first point is 38, 0. Second point is 40, 3. Third point 42, 5. Fourth point 44, 9. Fifth is 46, 14. 48, 28 is the 6th point. 7th point is 50, 32 and the last one is 52, 35. So like this, these points you have to first plot on a graph to get a less than type Ojai. Okay, they are asking to draw a less than type Ojai for given distribution data and hence obtain the median weight from the graph and verify the result by using formula. So here we have to do the 2 different things. First we have to plot a graph less than type Ojai. Then from that we have to find out the median weight. Okay. And second thing, they are asking to verify your answer. They are asked to verify your answer by using formula that we have already learned in last lecture, how to find out the median by using the formula. So that part you can able to do at your own. I am just going to show you how to get a median weight by or median from the less than type Ojai. Okay, so let's see. As the points are directly given 38, 0, 43, all these are points. So as you already know how to plot a graph. Okay, I have already plotted here. So on CF, on y-axis, what we have to take? Cumulative frequency. On x-axis, upper limit, as we have to plot a less than type Ojai. Right? Now, next thing is just plot a point 38, 0. It means it is on x-axis. Like that, I have plotted all these points and joined the curve. Okay. In most of the case, the type of less than type curve, it is like S. It is like S. And it is for the less than type. Okay, so keep this thing in your mind. It is like S. And more than type, it is like T. In Gujarati, we learn alphabet T. Or you can remember it like reverse S. Okay, like that. So this is a more than type and this is a less than type curve style. Is it clear? So keep this thing in your mind. So whenever you get less than type, it must be like this. Okay, after plotting or joining the points, I will get curve. Okay, this is not a big issue. But next is how to find out the median from the given graph. They are asking to find out the median. So for median, we have to know a total number of observation, which is given 35. As 35 students, medical checkup is done. So total number of students is 35 and therefore n by 2 is 17.5. So this 17.5 we get as an observation n by 2. It means it is a frequency, a cumulative frequency. So we have to take a 17.5 and draw a parallel line from 17.5 parallel line towards to x-axis. Parallel line to x-axis and then perpendicular line to x-axis. And the intersection point on x-axis is our median of the given distribution data. Is it clear? Is it clear or not? Okay. Another thing I want to tell you, if instead of 35, if it is 40, then n by 2 is obviously 20. So what we will do, if it is 20, then draw a parallel line towards x-axis from 20 and then move downward or move perpendicular line towards x-axis, and then that point is the median point. But for now, for the given distribution table, n by 2 is 17.5. So I did here draw, I already drawn a perpendicular line first towards x-axis, then parallel line and then perpendicular line. Now this value is 47.5. So we can say that for the less than type Ojai, median is 47.5 by graph. Okay, now you have to verify your answer by applying the formula of a median, okay, for the group data. That I hope you can able to do at your own. So just check your answer whether you get same answer or quite different. If it is there is a gap of 0.5 or 1 or 1.5, it is okay. Okay, but if there is a huge gap of your answer, for example, here you got 47.5 and in that formula you got 20 or 30, then there is some mistake in your answer, either in the graph or in that formula. Is it clear? Okay. Another thing I want to show you, if there is distribution data is given to you and they are asking to plot a more than type and less than type Ojai, and then ask to find out the median without using a formula. By just plotting a more than type and less than type Ojai, they are asking to find out the median. Then how to do? So for example, as you know, more than type and less than type, once you draw, you will get a curve like this, okay? And the intersection point, when you plot a perpendicular from that intersection point towards x-axis, this point on x-axis is the median of the given data. Is it clear? So this thing you have to keep in your mind. If they are asking the median by a given graph, Ojai, less than type and more than type. Let's do the last question. Now let's do the third question. The following table gives the production yield per hectare of wheat of 100 farms of a village. So total 100 farms are there and the yield of wheat per hectare they are given as a okay, and the number of observations total are 100. So as the change the distribution to more than type, distribution and draw its ogive. So we have to do here a more than type ogive. So more than what? More than lower limit. So we have to, if we see the distribution for the first class, the lower limit is 50. For the second it is 55. For third is 60, 65, then 70 and 75. Like this is the lower limit of the classes. Okay, and as it is a cumulative frequency, don't forget less than type, it means a less than what? Upper limit. More than type means more than a lower limit. In cumulative frequency, in both ogive, it means a less than type and more than type. The technique to find out cumulative frequency is different. In less than type, what we do? Keep the value of the first frequency, of the first class as it is, and then we have to keep on adding in each class. Then we get a total number of cumulative frequency in last class. Here, more than type. Here we have to start with the total. Okay, and the 100 farms are there. It means we have to start with 100. Are you getting me? Here they are asking to find out the production yield, and the distribution we have to show graphically more than type. Okay, so here let's see, as cumulative frequency is 100, a total. And in last column, what you got? In last column, you got the value, okay, that is given in distribution table in last column. Okay, these two things you have to keep in mind. For more than, you have to start with the total, and then gradually you have to cut or deduct the frequency, okay, of the next class from the original one first. I am showing you here the total number of farms are 100, so we have to put 100 at the top. Then we have to cut 2 as given the number of farms is 50 to 55 is 2. So gradually we have to do a subtraction. So here 100 minus 2 is 98, 98 minus 8 is 90, like that we can do. And lastly we got here 16. Okay, now as you see, the points I have already written 50, this is 50 and 100. So this is x coordinate, y coordinate. So these are the points 50 to 100, 55 to 98, 60 and 90, 65, 78, 70, 54, 75, 60. Right? So these are the 6 points that we have to plot on the graph. I have already plotted, and I have already plotted the points and joined the point to get the curve. As I told you, CF we have to show on y-axis, and what we have to show on x-axis, it is lower limit. For more than type, we have to show a lower limit on the x-axis. And as the data is like this, 50, 55, 60, do the zigzag and start with 50. There is a gap of 5, 5. And I have taken, if you see the y coordinates, 100, 98, 16. So till 16 and start with 100. Or we can say 16 to 100. There is a gap. So it is better to take 10, 20 like this up to 100. Okay. And as I plot, I got such type of curve. This is a more than type ogive for the given distribution table. I hope you understood all this concept, more than type, less than type, and how to get a median from the graph. The last topic is a relationship of the central tendency of the data. Okay, so let's see the last topic. The relationship between the 3 measures of central tendency. In your textbook, it is given as a remark in between the in between the chapter. Okay. So what is the formula? What is the relationship between the mean, median, and mode? So this is the relationship. 3 times median is equal to a mode plus 2 times mean. It means 3n. If we write down it mathematically by using symbol, it maybe we can write like this: 3m is equal to z plus 2 times x bar. Okay, so this formula is important. You have to just remember. And as 1, 2 and 3 central tendency are involved in exam, it is asked to find out median, and they are given the value a mode and mean. Okay, and they are asked to find out median. So you can use this formula to find out median. Okay, 1 or 2 mark questions asked from this formula. If there are any, see, as you see here, 1, 2 and 3 values, 3 tendencies are there. So out of 3 tendencies, any 2 tendencies are given to you. Any 2 tendencies values are given to you, and if they are asked to find out the third one, then you can utilize this formula. Okay. Here our chapter number 14 is completed. I hope you understood all the concept, the very important chapter this is. Okay, and we will start the new chapter from the next lecture. Till then, goodbye, stay safe.